We're back. Okay, new battery. Okay. The power supply has been installed. I'm going to test if it's going to work as a plug in, and I'm not going to do that. Okay, cables for it. Rounding out my voice. Alright, so what next? Well, I want to do some things with the motherboard. I want to put the screws back in their package before I lose them. Alright, so a couple things we're going to do with the motherboard. First we're going to install the memory before we put it into the case. This is the memory for it. Alright, memory goes here. There are actually 4 banks on this, two gray and 2 black. And if we look closely at the board, we can tell which one is 1 and which one is 2, which one is 3, or actually I think it goes 0, 1, 2, 3. Alright, so we're going to assume looks like this. It can only go in one way, and I'm trying to put it in the wrong way. Let me show you how I know that. You got this little notch here, doesn't match up with the notch here. So memory's got to go the other way here. And the idea here, let me move the DVD out of the way here, is to fit it into the little slots here. Helps to take the catch out first. Alright, and then just push until the catches catch. And that makes sure all the memory is in the correct slots. And this also could turn out to be a what to do when things go wrong kind of thing. Let's see. So I'm going to put in the first 2 chips in the first 2 slots. Alright, yeah. It is actually labeled on the motherboard. I'm going to show you that in just a second. If you look here, it tells you what the DDR3 is necessary, and 1 through 4 going from bottom up to the top for the slot numbers. Alright, so memory is installed. What I'd like to do now is install the chip, the processor. Alright, so what I'm going to do here, the chip has all kinds of pins on it. If you look closely at that, you can see the individual pins on it. I'm not quite sure how many. I'm not sure that it's really important to me. But yeah, if you look at the fan for it, you can see all the little spots for it. I accidentally left it on my table here, and got a nice neat little row of it. This is the thermal stuff that keeps it from overheating. Alright, so it's important to put this in right the first time. What happens is it goes this way into the slot, and there's only one way to put everything in. Let me show you this here. This is where the processor goes, and you can see all the little spots for these little pins here. And again, there's only one way to put them in. So let's take a look here. You see the little golden arrow on one end. You got to match that up with let's see. Usually there's some way to match these things up. Oh, there's little holes in here if you look at there. Up there, you can easily match those up. There's 4 of them there, and there's 4 of them down here. So, doesn't, looks like we need to put it in this way. Okay, now I see it. It's a little arrow here that matches up with the arrow here. And that's how you know which way it goes. Alright, so be very gentle putting it in. If you bend a pin, you're in trouble. Press it in. Lock it in. And your processor is set. Now, as far as the fan goes, again, there's only one way to put that in. Because the should be a little spot to plug the fan in here. Well, yeah, CPU fan is right here. And let's plug that in first. And again, there's only one way for that to go in. As far as the fan goes, again, there's only one way to do this, but you can see on the sides of this is where that latches onto, this one and this one. So it's just a matter of figuring out which side goes where. Honestly, I don't think it makes a difference. Put the latches in here. Careful not to get the wiring involved with that, otherwise you get a short, and it's not a happy thing. Alright. So, first time I've worked with this type of locking system, so. And so one side is locked in. Is locked in. And the whole thing now is locked in. Careful not to, gotta be careful with the fan here. You don't want it messing around with the wiring here. So, got CPU in, got CPU fan in. Got wires out of the way. So let's take a look at this, closer look at the motherboard now that we've got the 2 most important things in here. Let's see, we have 2 SATA, 2 connectors here. This is the main power button, cord connector, you know what I mean. It says dual BIOS, I'm kind of curious about that, never dealt with that before. It's for those who experiment with overclocking, and well, let me get my system up and running first and then we'll worry about overclocking. This is the CMOS battery. Keeps the date and time going when the in other CMOS settings, when BIOS settings I should say, when the power is off or not connected to any kind of electricity, or when the power goes off. Let's see. Got a bunch of power connectors here. This is the back of the board here. We have your standard audio stuff, headphones, microphone, and this is for like an audio in. Your standard Ethernet, 2 USB ports, And these are USB 3 ports. This is the HDMI port. And the VGA, more USB. This is for a PS2 connector. This is the HDMI. Oh no, that's the HDMI. This is the that's the other one. Other standard. I can't think of it offhand. I'll get it later. DVI. That's it. It even says so right on the board. DVI. Okay. So this is the motherboard. This is a fairly simple one altogether. It is a few years old. It's recommended. Let me say it on the board here. It's recommended for Windows 7. There are people who've tried to run Windows 8 on this 8.1, and there are driver issues. So we're going to stick with Windows 7. That's the idea from the beginning. So because I don't really like Windows 8. Curious about Windows 10. I'll have that on my laptop, but we'll see how well that goes. Okay, so that's it for setting up the motherboard. I'm going to end this video, and then we'll do another segment where I actually install the motherboard. Thanks for watching.